Jay, I feel like Beyonce is once again in her bag. So, we had all of the tours. She did a country album. She released a fragrance. Well, this is a few fragrances, and now she is introducing a whiskey brand to her portfolio, SirDavis, which is named in honor of her great grandfather, who was a moonshiner during the Prohibition era. Do you think that this is a smart business move for her? Is this continually growing and developing? Is she lining it up for when she exits? Like, what do you think is happening with all these new introductions that's happening in her brand?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. She can do what she want to do, so she's doing it. This is it. There's nothing creative. There's nothing innovative, about that. I mean, I think she's doing musically. She's been creative and innovative. Say what you want to say, whether you like it or not like it. It is dope that she crossed over and tried the country thing. And I never liked the rapping Beyonce. Hated the rapping Beyonce, literally. Not her personally, but that situation. I mean, you just don't want to see the greats go into all this other stuff. Like, you were great the way you were, But I can't stop an artist from being an artist and exploring things they want to explore. Getting into liquor, I don't know. I mean, her husband has done it, and he is doing it actively, and so why not her? But I just, if I had something negative, not that I'm looking for something negative to say, it's just that they do things so effortlessly, or what it seems to be effortlessly, and it makes everybody else try to do the same thing, and it's like, that's not how the shit go. You know what I mean? And Jay played a huge part in that in his day. And again, I always felt the way towards that once I got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Just like the way Jay always was, he was one of the ones who said, hey, if you don't have this, you're not that. If you're not this, you're not that. You know what I mean? If you ain't got this, if you ain't doing business on your own, then you're not somebody. If you still signed to a record label, you're not this. If you don't have your own label, if you don't drive a 600 Benz, this, if you ain't got a Range Rover and it's a 4.6, then you're not this. That has been his whole career, and it's still the same to this day. So, that has been the type of negative rhetoric that has kind of hurt our community. Again, I don't know why she did that. Hey, she wanted to make some extra money. Cool. At some point, it's like, all right, y'all supposed to be billionaires, right? And I'm not saying billionaires ain't out here making more money, but you're supposed to be billionaires. At some point, when did the hustle stop? Because this is why people are chasing. It's this meme that was out, and it shows somebody chasing money till they fall off a cliff. And it's nothing else. Like, you got it. They have enough to put something to the side and let it and live off of it. But and I know when people hear this, or if they pay attention to this video, they're gonna be, oh man, you hating on them, or you're okay. I just don't. For me, it doesn't compute to me. Where if I've seen people online, man, I make over $200,000 a day. Why are you still doing it? Like, why are you still going so hard? You know what I'm saying? And you've been doing it for 10 years. What are we doing? Are you just buying a bunch of shit and you got to keep it going because you live at this lifestyle? So, you make $200,000 a day and you spend $50,000 or $100,000 a day, so you got to keep the clip going. Like, what are we doing? And so people get a false sense of what you need to live well. I ain't even talking about survive, to live well. You have that FIRE plan when people talk about the retirement. And in FIRE, you'll find that people will start doing their numbers, and their number is way smaller to retire than they thought it needed to be. And I think the thought comes from this shit, from somebody who's a billionaire and say, oh, okay, now I'm gonna start a new business, you know what I'm saying, in liquor, because I just feel like it. And then they like, hey, let me start this, let me do this. And that's what happens, is this train of thought. When it's somebody who think they need $100 million to retire for the rest of their life, or to get them through and living comfortably for the next 40 years, when they probably only need 10. But because billionaires are still starting these businesses from scratch, Now, I want to hear Beyonce and Jay-Z buy a football team or buy some big ass buildings in some city, you know what I'm saying, and that costs billions of dollars or whatever, and they ain't doing that. I want to see them get in with a tech company and that starts to rival Nvidia or Apple, or I want to see them do that. I'm not saying don't be in business. Go to the stratosphere where you are and stay up there with that shit, because you're influencing people at the bottom to do dumb shit that they're not prepared to do. You walked your dog. Go up there. You got billions of dollars. You need to be in these boardroom conversations talking about how you can, you know, hey, I got 10 buildings downtown Detroit. Like the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers was in those conversations and talking about that, and then changing up whole communities. I'm not saying go back to your community, but change up those communities, and you doing this. I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I need to see that. I need to see you having billionaire conversations when you create a company that's about to be on the NASDAQ or you know, S&P 500 that people can actually get stock in and make money off of. I want that for you. Now, if that's hating, okay. But I want our legends to be doing legendary shit. Stop coming back to this. This will make the lottery ticket. The nigga who win $100 million still talking about he want to start a record label. Nigga, they gave you the $100 million. You ain't gotta start no record label to try to make $100 million. They gave you the $100 million. That's why they lose it, because they trying to do what y'all doing. Because niggas that got $100 million, $1 billion, are still doing this bum shit. I want to hear Jay-Z say he bought NBC. I just threw NBC out there because that's the first thing that came. But a TV station and do that shit. That's where he needs to be. That's where Beyonce need to be at. Let's do that. Let's stay, you know, legendary. Keep that shit super legendary. Ain't nothing legendary about her getting nothing in liquor. Nothing. Do legendary shit because you are a legend. 1,000%. Can't say nothing different. You are a legend. Continue to do legendary shit, queen.